But then as soon as he say, damn, you coming over tonight, you already know it's gonna go down.
And then you pay. Yes sir, welcome back to another video, you guys. So today I'm completely switching it up. I'm here with my friend Kendall, and we're gonna be talking about, should you pay for WAP, right? Should men pay for WAP? Okay, so I thought that this would be, so when we were figuring out this video, I kind of wanted to censor it around like gender norms and like what is considered traditionally okay for men and women to do, but then we narrowed it down to should men pay for WAP, because I feel like this hits home for a lot of guys, because guys feel like when you come out and say you have to pay for, you know, the WAP, they don't really like that. And we just wanted to like give you our opinion on what we think about that. Okay, so what I want to kind of start it with is, in what ways do you feel like men directly or indirectly pay for pussy? Sorry, I pay for the WAP.
Basically, if you take a woman on a date, you're paying for the WAP. If you expect sexual favors, whether if it's that night, the next night, 2 nights from now, eventually you're still paying for the WAP. So if you're paying for dates, if you are just showering this girl with gifts, or just being the perfect gentleman, providing things that the previous man or the next man can't provide, you're paying for the WAP. So indirectly you're paying for it. Now paying for the WAP straight up is take me shopping, get my nails done, take me on a cute date, and yeah, you can get some pussy. I mean, WAP. So that's one of the direct ways to pay for the WAP, but the other one was the indirect way to pay for the WAP. So how do you think men directly or indirectly pay for the WAP?
I honestly agree with everything that you said. I feel like if you're providing for me in some kind of way, whether it be through gifts or whether it be through paying my bills, like you're basically paying for pussy. Because this is the thing, is that y'all ever heard the term that if it's free, like everything free isn't good? So if I feel like if you're dealing with a woman that just, you know, is gonna give it to you just because and you haven't done anything, you shouldn't really want it anyway, because you should want a woman that, like, you know, kind of gives you a challenge, or not necessarily makes you work for, but makes you like understand that it's worth something. Period. Like, because it's just like you can get kitty from anywhere, but like a real woman that knows her worth is gonna, you know, make you step in and be that man and actually do something to make sure that you feel like you deserve it.
I agree, because at the end of the day, ain't nothing in life free, like she said. If you want a job, you got to put in the work for it. If you want good credit, you have to put in the work for it. If you want a good wardrobe, a good house, a good anything that you want that's good in life, you have to pay for it. So that's the same thing that applies to a woman. You want a good woman, you want a woman to be submissive, you want to be faithful, you have to pay for a few things. That's dates, bills, nails, hair, lashes, whatever. At the end of the day, you're paying for something and you expect something in return. And 10 out of 10, you're expecting the key to be given to you at some given point. You like, damn, I didn't pay for this, I didn't take you on this day, I didn't take you on that day. What you mean I can't get none? So technically, you already was expecting it anyway, so you just gonna have to put in a little bit more work.
Exactly, and I wanted to touch a little bit on gender equality, because I'll also see a lot of men say like, oh, well, you're a feminist and you want everything to be equal, but then you want a man to come in and pay for everything, so how is that gender equality? The first thing that I want to say is that feminism was originally started because women wanted equality on fundamental levels, like in the workplace. They wanted equality in terms of just like how you should be treated. Like, women didn't have rights for a lot of, they didn't have the right to vote, they didn't have the right to work. Like, I feel like fundamentally, like, that's what we meant in terms of gender equality. Not that the role that men are supposed to be protectors and providers, we don't want that. Like, that has nothing to do with that.
And I agree. And like, some women get offended when they say like, when men say like, oh, you belong in the kitchen and stuff like that. I think more so, like, let's debunk all of that. More so, it's like, I feel like the woman is the most strongest in the kitchen. Like, yeah, we can cook, we can clean better than a lot of you guys. But that doesn't mean we belong there 24/7. Like, prime example, when it comes to me and my boyfriend, we both equally take out the trash. We equally cook. But I am a better cook than him, so I prefer to be in the kitchen more than him. But he don't sit there and say, oh, you belong in the kitchen and I'm gonna go to work. That's not how we look at it. It's just, for me, it's all about perspective. Now, and it's also about the way you say things. So if he says you belong in the kitchen, I don't want you to do this, I don't want you to do that, then that's controlling. If you want a woman to naturally submit to you, it's like, don't worry about it, babe, I'm gonna fix dinner tonight. That's willingly. Or if you're cooking in general, you already have your mind made up to include your man in this meal because he's a provider of the household. He's out working all day. He still treats you as if you're his equal. You're not the woman behind him, you're the woman on the side of him. So you wouldn't mind preparing a meal for him. That don't mean you fixing his plate, but that also means that in the midst of you preparing his meal, you have him in mind. So it's like, you gotta eat, so why basically be petty like that? Like, oh, I'm gonna eat, he gotta fend for himself. No, I'm gonna make enough food for everybody. I'm a mother, so at the end of the day, if I'm hungry, my son's hungry, I'm gonna include my boyfriend in the mix because I know at the end of the day he's still gonna be hungry by the time he come home. But I'm not cooking for him. I didn't say, oh, let me hurry up and cook for this man because he's gonna get upset. That's not what I do. So it's a difference. Like, people gotta understand the difference between the two, because then we start to get the roles and the description of the roles misconstrued.
Yeah, and I think that whole dominant submissive thing is like, when you think about it, I think naturally all women want to be able to submit to their husband or their boyfriend or whatever, because to submit just means that you trust your man to be the leadership role in the relationship. Like, you just trust him to make decisions. It doesn't mean that you lose all of your individualism and now you can't do anything for yourself, and as soon as he says something you drop everything. Like, that's not what it means to be submissive. To be submissive just means that you have set roles in the relationship and you just surrender to whatever role that is. And I think that, like, when you think about the whole, you know, oh, he puts me in my place, I kind of like it when he has an attitude kind of thing, like, that's all a part of submission. And a lot of women like when men take on that protective, like, you know, I'm gonna tell you what to do, because naturally we are submissive. So why would I want to submit to a man that's trying to have me split the dominant energy, which is paying the bills? I watched this YouTube video the other day. Remember that video I sent you with that guy, and he was talking about if you're gonna move into my apartment and you're gonna come in here and disturb my energy, you need to help pay these bills. But you still want your woman to, okay, I can't say before. You still want your woman to, like, have sex with you whenever you want, and you still want her to show up and be this freak nasty and play house and all of this, but you're not even like showing up as a man. Like, I don't understand that.
And see, he would have had a point though with the whole, if you're gonna be here, pay bills. He would have had a point with that if he was showing up as a man, like you said. Like, okay, prime example where us women say, oh, ain't no man gonna live here for free, he gotta pay a bill. So it's some men that'll try to reverse that on us, but the women I know that say that, they showing up as a woman. You see what I'm saying? They showing up, they playing their role, they putting their foot down like, hey, I'm a strong black woman, I'm a strong white woman, whatever race I am, I'm that strong woman, and this is what I have to offer. So of course ain't no man gonna live here for free. And if you that strong dominant man, like, look, I got a good paying job, I got a nice car, I got good credit, so if I want a woman to split the bills 50-50, you do have a lot to bring to the table. But I'm pretty sure 10 times out of 10, a man that's like that, he ain't gonna expect no woman to put half on the bills. That's a fact, because he already know where he stand as a man. He have the credentials to provide regardless of who lives with him. So he would have had a point, but then again, it's like, it is still going retrospect and reverse on him, because it's like, if you got all these good qualities, why would you even want a woman to even take care of you?
Exactly. And this is gonna hurt some feelings, but I feel like it be the broke niggas that are the ones that say women
broke
need
mentality.
to split the bills, because when you think about, like, and this is an extreme example with these rappers, like, they always talking about, oh, I'm gonna give you money to go shopping, there's nothing to worry about, this and that, because they have it to spend. But it be the niggas that don't have the money that show up to Chipotle and ask you to split a $7 bill at fucking Chipotle.
Or be like, hey, let's go on a date, and then you paying for your ticket. Baby, this ain't a date, we friends at this point.
Especially if you ask me out on a date, how do you expect me to pay? Like,
Another thing too though, I do that with friends. If I ask my friend out, like, if we're mutually in the financial situation, like, hey girl, let's hang out, we're both gonna pay our own tab. But if I know my friend is in a financial run, I'm like, hey girl, I still wanna hang out, I'm covering the tab. Like, that's just me as a friend. Like, that's just the role you gotta play when you gotta know the person's financial situation. And if you're inviting the person out, then I feel like you should foot the bill. If it's more so on a man versus female type of thing, like, now if it's us two girls, we could choose to split the bill or put it all together regardless. But if I'm asking a guy out that I'm potentially interested in, I'm just one of the women, like, if I ask you out, I'm gonna foot the bill. Even though most guys, when I try to pull it on them, they like, nah, you ain't finna hold me like that.
Exactly.
But I would still offer, because I'm the one that initiated this hangout. But then you got the ones that ask me out, then of course I'm showing up broke like this.
No, for real. Like,
I don't have money, I'm showing up broke.
I don't even pull that whole, like, when women be like, oh, I pretended to reach into my purse, because I make my expectations known at the beginning. Like, I'm not gonna pretend to pay and now I gotta really pay because you're shocked that I even did that. Like, I wouldn't even put myself in that situation.
Some men, believe it or not, you would never know that they have that quality of making a woman like take care of them until you initiate that first step, which is offering to pay for the bill.
Yeah.
Now you're stuck paying for this nigga bill, paying for where you're picking up the tab, you're buying this and that for this man, because now you didn't show him something he ain't used to, and it's like, I don't want to introduce you to that lifestyle, because
that's sickening.
I want to be spoiled with that kind of affection, and I will spoil you in a different kind of affection.
Yeah.
So I think sometimes some women put men onto that whole, you know, being spoiled and having a woman take care of them, because I just don't think naturally a man is like that. I think they get conditioned to be like that because they like, damn, well, she willing to pay. Because you got some women that do like to like cater their man and baby them as if they their son or something like that. You got some women that like that. And in my opinion, I ain't babying no nigga.
No,
like,
hell no. And I'm not saying I would never, like, I want to be very clear. I'm not saying I would never buy things for my man, because I don't want y'all to get on here and twist my words.
Right, y'all think we broke bitches. Well, broke bitches.
Yeah, exactly. No. We're not broke by any means. Right. But it's just like, what I'm really thinking about is during the courting part of like the relationship, when they're trying to, you know, win you over and stuff like that. Like in that stage, I'm definitely not, like, I don't pay for anything. But if I'm in a relationship, of course I will buy my boyfriend stuff and like, you know, treat him and stuff like that, but not.
And I think too though, it's like you're winning me over by showering me with money. So how do you get mad when you attract a gold digger though? So it's like, guys use money to prove that they're the better man. Like, oh, you dating this broke nigga, baby, like, let me come take care of you. Exactly. Don't say you want to come take care of me, because if I leave him and come to you, you better take care of me, because he's treating me good. So I just don't like when guys use that to get you, and then when you date this nigga, he broke it in the last nigga you dated.
Or, and you want to know what? I'd rather be with a broke nigga than be with a nigga that got a lot of money that don't want to spend it, because I've been with guys that don't have the money but they don't want to spend it on you because, I don't know, it just doesn't make any sense. Like the other day, let me tell y'all what happened to me. It's so easy to get a guy to take me out and spend $200-300 on a meal, right? But then when it's time for them to put the money in your hand, now it's an issue. I had this guy that was gonna take me out to brunch at this really expensive brunch place near me. So he was gonna walk out of there spending at least $300. He had to cancel today because something happened, and I was like, okay, well, you know, did you want to just send me the money to get my nails done? Like, you know, some of the money that you was gonna spend on the brunch. Just flat out, N-O.
No lie, this man literally told her that.
He said no.
I said, the first thing I said was, well, at least he honest, but damn, like, you was still gonna spend the money regardless. And it's like, the fact that he had an issue, like, mentally, subconsciously, I think it fucks with man's brain to actually physically put something in a woman's hand.
Yeah.
Because I know it's been a couple times where it's like, I would date in the past, and then I'd be like, well, I'm finna go get my toes done. Well, make sure you text me when you get to the shop. It's like they want to know that that's what the money's against.
Yeah, oh my God, exactly. Like, why does it matter? Like, you'll ask them for $50 and they'll have $50,000, but they need to know what the money's spent. Like, what do you think I'm about to go spend this $50 to get in an Uber, go see another nigga? Like, I'm telling you, I'm getting my nails done. Like, that's what I'm doing. Or if I wasn't doing that, like, why does it matter? Like, if you were gonna give me the money, you were either gonna give it to me or not. Like, why does it matter if you need to know what it is?
And honestly though, I kind of think that that's just a man thing in general, because even in my current relationship, my boyfriend has literally, like, he never have a problem with giving me money. But I tell this man, I said, I think I asked him to pay for my wax. I was like, babe, can you give me some money? I want to look at my, you know, vagina wax. He like, yeah, sure. And then he's like, wait, but how much it costs? Why? Like, send 50, send 100.
Yeah, I don't understand.
And then I was like, is that every nigga? And I asked him, he was just like, he's like, I don't know what it is, but it's just like, it's like word vomit. I just have to ask, like how much? And he's like, I'm gonna send it regardless, but I just asked. He's like, I don't know what it is, but I just asked. Because I did want to know, like, but this man, his girlfriend walked back to the car, and it was a very attractive woman in front of him. And she was gonna pay for her food, but I guess like her card got declined or whatever the case was. Like, she ain't having enough funds or whatever. He's like, don't worry about it, I got it. But mind you, his girlfriend just went to the car, and I didn't see anything wrong with it because he didn't ever ask the girl for the number. He just offered to pay. So I think because they be trying to be such gentlemen and they pay for shit that we probably would never know about when it comes to other women, even if they never get the number, that they're subconsciously thinking like, damn, what if she doing that? or what, like, but it's like I would never offer a nigga some money if he ain't got his funds. He just ain't got his funds. But I've seen that happen, especially a lot down here in Atlanta. Like, I would see guys pay for different girls certain stuff, like, don't worry about it, baby girl, I got it. Or if they see a woman with a child, they'll go ahead and pay for it. But a lot of them be in relationships. So I wonder, is that just a self-conscious thing that because they're guilty of doing it? Maybe they thinking we're using the money for other things other than what we are asking it for.
Yeah, it has to be that, because I would never understand like why you would need to know what I'm using the money for. And I feel like at the point where you're in a relationship, you shouldn't be asking me what I'm using it for. Like, obviously I'm asking you for it because I need it, and that should be enough.
Like, that should be enough. Even if I say send me $100, if you got it, send it.
Because it almost feels like when you ask why, you have the potential to not give it to me if I don't say.
Then the first thing I say is like, okay, you gonna give it to me or not? Like, that'd be the first thing I say, because I'm like, at this point, I'm not gonna. It almost just seems like we pleading our case as to why we need the money.
Yeah, like that's weird.
Okay, I need this. Let me give you a very good reason why I need it. And it's like, it just almost seems as if we are pleading our case. Like, we gotta give you a whole 3-page paper as to why we need $40 or $50. Or it's been times where I've been at the nail shop and like my nails and my toes will come up to almost like $100. Like, let's just say I just want a deluxe scrub or something like that, and it's like, okay, they will offer to pay for it, and then when you something like, well, can you send me $100? $100? That's how much it costs for all of that? You only got 2 things. Why does it matter? You offered to pay. Send the money. Stop asking questions.
Yeah, no, I definitely think it's an ego thing. So my message to guys out there is, if you want to be a dominant, now it's okay if you want your woman to take care of you, or if you want it to be fit, but I feel like that needs to be clearly communicated. Like, you can't pretend to show up as a dominant man and then still expect a submissive woman to pay for everything. Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. Yeah, and then I also, like, okay, we understand men have needs as well. But like she's saying, articulate your needs. Don't blindside a woman. Don't play this role to get me, and then when we're in a relationship, you're a whole different person. Yeah, or you're Let it be known from day one, like, hey, look, I don't buy a lot of women gifts, and if I do, I mean, I don't like to spend a lot of money on a woman, but I got other ways to show my affection. Then I know from jump, is this the kind of man I want to be with? Do I need to make sure I'm financially stable to be with this man? But I do always encourage a woman, always have your own bag, regardless if this man got more than you. Always have your own money, because in the event that this nigga leave you, or y'all break up and you leave him, you don't want him to be walking away with all the financials and you're left with nothing. Because it's one thing to be heartbroken, but broke and heartbroken, that's just too much of a heartache. Like, I don't want to be crying and then I gotta cry in my Nissan, or exactly. Like, I want to cry in a Rolls Royce with him. Exactly. And I also wanted to say, I just don't understand how guys will get you to the point where you're giving up something so vulnerable as sex, but then when you talk about money, now you're a hoe and now you're a gold digger. Like, I don't understand it. Like, I've literally had guys send me dick pictures and talk to me about how they gonna do this, and then when I ask for some money or I bring up anything financial, now I'm a hoe and now I'm just using him for money. But you want to have sex with me? Like, I don't understand.
And that's the thing, you're using me for sex though, right? And then, first of all, if we want to be real technical, the vagina is worth way more than any dollar sign, to be honest, because that's materialistic. At some point, well, all the time, money loses value. So if that's the case, a vagina never loses value unless she accumulates so much mileage. But again, a vagina is made with elasticity, so eventually it's gonna go back up if she stops having so much sex or whatever. So, excuse my toilet, but eventually, you know, she can get her vagina to shrink back, but you spend money, you can't get that money back. And money comes and goes though. Like, that's a materialistic thing. You're gonna spend it on food anyway. You're gonna spend it on shoes or something for your car anyway. So why not make a woman happy and give her something that she couldn't buy herself? So, and it is just like my Pandora bracelet, for example. Like, let's just say I really wanted a Pandora bracelet and I asked my guy to pay for it. But it's like, you tell me no, then you go buy your pair of shoes. Yeah. That doesn't make any sense. Or you tell me no, but then you still come at home expecting me to fuck you every night. Right, or it's like, damn, man, got it, but then you come through the door with a whole thing, a whole bunch of bags full of shit you brought yourself. Like, I hate when a guy goes shopping and only caters to himself, and then knowing that your girlfriend, like, haven't went shopping in a while. But it's different when, if a guy come in with a bunch of bags and his girlfriend just went shopping yesterday, that's different. Because then she, you know, you get her money to buy her stuff, or she bought her own stuff, you came in, but don't do that every single time you go shopping. You don't buy her anything, and then but then you expect a meal, then you expect vagina, then you expect a shaved vagina at that, then you expect me to look good, you expect me to smell good, you expect the house clean. You expecting too much. Where's my gifts?
Exactly. And if you want me to look good and smell good, you need to pay for it.
Right. You like how I smell, pay for it. You like how my nails look, pay for it. Like Carisha said, if you like how I grip that dick, get my nails done.
That's what I'm saying. So I just think that what it boils down to is that niggas be broke and they don't have the funds to pamper their women, and so I think that it's just so much easier to say, oh, you're a hoe and you're this and that, instead of just, you know, being transparent about their finances.
And just say, I don't have it. Like, I'm sorry, I ain't got it. Like,
yeah, like I want to deal with you, but I don't have it. Okay, right. Well, when you get it, then you can do it. I literally had this guy the other day, not even the other day, like a couple days ago, tell me that, because I'm in Atlanta right now, and he was like, oh, I'm gonna come to Atlanta and I'm gonna take you out, but you know, we can get on the train and go out on a date like that. And like I was telling him, I'm not gonna do that, one, because I just know my worth, and I feel like you can finesse a situation to where like we can go on a date properly. Because if you think about it, if anybody lives in Atlanta, the train situation is not like New York. If we was in New York, I probably would have went for that, but we probably would have to take a bus to a train, and then he's talking about go somewhere cheap. And then in that same breath, he's still gonna try to come back to my Airbnb and fuck me. It's just like, you have to know your worth. You have to stop settling for low effort and low budget dates, right? Because you feel like if you don't take that, then the guy's gonna talk badly about you. And then
another thing too, like, I know it's still on the same topic, but it's kind of like different, is that women be scared to ask for money. Like,
yeah, they do.
If he's fucking you and sending you home with a wet ass, baby, he better give you some kind of money. There's no way you should be sitting there scared, but then as soon as he say, damn, you coming over tonight, you already know it's gonna go down. And then you paying to get there and everything. It's like, you're gonna get talked about if you fucking for free or if you don't. And that's just facts. Like, so I'd rather you talk about me and you to pay for this. Exactly. Exactly. Like, it's just like, you can't escape it. They're gonna talk to their friends like, well, I was just hitting this bitch, da da da. Or they're not gonna talk to their friends about it because they know they was paying for it. So you gotta pick one. And I'd rather a nigga be paying for it and talk and call me a hoe than me not get anything out of it. Damn, I fuck with this gold digger bitch. But damn, bro, you was paying her? Yeah, man. Okay. She won at the deal. Like, exactly. You bashing me, calling me a hoe, but guess what? You spent bank on me. Like, you spent a bunch of money on me. So that's why I don't understand why niggas do that. Like, yeah, that shit is insane. I just think that you have to know your worth. And as a woman, what you already bring to the, like, when niggas say pussy isn't enough, it should be enough. Because, like, we are the procreators, we're the child bearers, we're the nurturers. If I'm giving you pussy, you need to give me something back, because that's already. How do you think you got here though? Exactly. Born from a mother. Come on, stop it. Okay, so moral of the story is you just need to get what you're worth, and if you know that you're worth it, make that nigga pay for it. Period. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like more videos like this, comment below. Let me know what you thought about it. Give your honest opinion. And talk to us about a time where you felt like you weren't getting what you were worth. Or guys, tell us how you feel about this topic so we can make more videos like this. So make sure that you like and comment, subscribe, and click the post notifications bell so you can see more from me. And thank you guys. Thank you so much for joining me, Kendall. No problem. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.